Welcome back to K-Side Press. I'm Eddie Law. Joining us today is an 8-2 welterweight looking for a sixth straight victory on September 12th in Pride Lake, Minnesota. That's this Friday night. Taking on Joey Hart, LFA 217, straight out of Georgia, but training at the world-famous American Top Team. He's got knockouts. He's got subs. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a titan in our midst. Christian Turner, how's it going, man?
Let's go. Going good, feeling great. Ready to crush it.
There you go, man. Dude,
Yeah.
real quick, 'cause I've watched it over and over again. It's probably my favorite highlight of yours. That knockout you scored on Bruce Boynton last year. So he
Oh
throws that,
yeah.
he threw that uppercut, you threw that straight right, and just
Like
ended
yo,
his night. Okay,
as soon as
what
I
did he,
seen that, I was training for it and it landed, bro.
bro, you flipped him off on the way to your corner. What happened?
Yeah. So, dude, at the airport, like me and my team, we getting ready to fly in. Some turbulence with the flights, like our flight canceled this. I was already like pissed off. And then they pop up with an interview where he's like, "Yeah, I've been telling everybody I'm gonna knock this kid out. I've been telling everybody I'm gonna knock this kid out." And now I'm like, "All right, dude, I was gonna hurt you, but now I'm really gonna fucking hurt you. Now I'm gonna disrespect you." You know what I'm saying? So I was like, so when I knocked him out, I was like, "Yo, fuck you." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I could tell because like I said, I watched it a million times. There's a couple angles available, and like the look in your eyes when you threw that straight right was like a mother boom. It's like, yo, he's mad. Like,
Yo, the fucking dude. Now I was a lightweight, man, and I was be
Mhm.
cracking at a lightweight, bro. I'm moving up now, like
Yeah,
power, bro. You know?
there you go. And the power transits pretty well, I'm sure. So
Yeah.
yeah, man. So hey, you made your pro debut at the PFL's Challenger Series. Kind of got a taste of that bigger promotion feel and everything. What was it like to make your debut there and get your pro win?
Man, it was such an experience. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about, experience. And obviously I was a little let down because I felt like I fought the harder competition. At the
Mhm.
time I fought the kid Cheyenne Sariano. He's
Mhm.
fucking man, that kid had hands, bro. You know, I fought the tougher competition. I bounced back and I won. And I was a little let down. I didn't get the contract, but everything happens for a reason. And I'm glad I got that great experience with that. A little taste of that big promotion. And now we're going for the big dogs. We want UFC. We want to fight the best. You know.
I'm saying not a bad way to make a pro debut and grab a win, but
You know.
it's on the bigger things, right? So
Yeah.
sometimes the blessing you don't get is the blessing you need later on.
Right. Right. True. True that.
There you go. All right, dude. So you said before in other interviews that you entered the sport basically to stay out of trouble, right? Local police officers suggested you give it a shot. Now you're 23, eight and
Yeah.
two, going into LFA, pretty damn close to that big league shot you're talking
Yeah.
about. Did you think when you started you're gonna make this your entire life?
No, bro. I walked in the gym. It was kind of a way out of the streets. It was kind of gave me like an outlet. Obviously, a lot of anger, a lot of trauma and shit. So it was an outlet. Obviously, like you see guys like fucking McGregor, and you're
Mm,
like, damn, like okay, maybe I could. You know what I'm saying? But at the time, you just one fight at a time, and it was really just like I just wanted to fuck dudes up. I just wanted to knock guys out. I didn't really have this. Oh, like I had a vision. Like it was just I wanted
mm,
to fuck guys up. I wanted to knock guys out, and I knew I could. Like, yo, I grew up fighting in the street. Like, fighting was
yeah.
nothing, bro. Like, big fights, fucking fighting all the time.
Mm.
So I was like, fighting in the cage, yo. Let's do it, you know?
And it gives you an edge, man, because you
Yeah.
have a why. What is your why? Because you came up, you didn't get like and I'm not throwing any shade at
No, no,
Arma,
no,
right?
no,
But like Arma Sarukian, guys like
no,
that
no.
are
Rich.
basically right. Like yeah, I mean,
Keep it real, bro.
hey, homeboy rolled up to his amateur bout in a Lambo. Like, what are we talking about here, right?
Yeah, yeah,
You
it's
didn't
one.
get that. You're on the opposite end of that. That gives you an edge. What is
Yeah.
your why?
Uh, there could be a million reasons. Obviously, like I come from that. Obviously, like I come from rough background, single mom, brothers. Father was in prison. Gang, escaping gang violence and stuff. Like I didn't have the Armon. I still respect Armon because for you to
Mhm,
be rich or have that like those resources and to be able to still compete at a high level when you don't have to,
mhm,
that's a different kind of like fighting too, you know.
mhm,
But dude, I'm coming from the gutter with it, you know. Like I I'm like gritty, bro, gritty, like getting it out the mud. That's my story, dog. I ain't no rich boy come up like that. Like I'm getting it out the mud, bro. Like hard work, fucking dedication, bro. Like ain't no
mhm,
like big support system. Like
mhm,
shout out to Triad, shout out my sponsors who believe in me, but that's all I got, and we in here.
mhm.
So yeah, bro.
That's wild, man. That's wild because those are the stories that like make grown men tear up. For example, right? When you
Uh,
get the I'm telling you right now, man, because I know you're gonna go UFC and I know you're
let's
gonna do big
go,
things.
bro.
Hey, Hey, I know, and you gonna get there, bro. And when you do something big, man, I know. Just knowing your story, I'm gonna shed a tear, man. I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna be crazy. I'm telling you,
You'll
man.
be like, yo, that's my man's.
100%.
Yo,
I'm like, oh, where's he fighting? Shit, I'm going. Let's go.
yeah, let's go,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Yeah,
All
but it's a
right, man.
matter of time, man.
It's coming. It's coming. All right,
Yeah.
man. American Top Team. You train with a bona fide roster of straight up killers, man. Johnny Evelyn, Dustin Poirier, Jorge
Mm-hmm.
Masvidal, Kayla Harrison. Training there seems like you're getting like your high school degree and your bachelor's and your master's and your doctorate like all at the same time, and you're getting a crazy
Everything.
education. What's it like to train there?
Man, it really is true. Like, growing up, used to play ball and you're
Mm,
probably the best on the court. And then eventually it's like, yo, we got to go down to the other block and play on their court and test our skills. That's exactly
mm,
what it is. Like, I came up ATT Atlanta, Team Lima, Douglas, Jucal, Diego, strikers, Brantley is my coach. And eventually, like, I knew I had to make a move because I wanted to, like, obviously grow. And man, it's just like training with high level people every day. It's not your day every day. Some days I get my ass kicked, some days I'm kicking ass, but getting better, getting better, getting better. And then people are like minded. We're all here to be champion. And it pushes you to the next level. I went to South Africa with Johnny. It was a great
mm,
experience. It's a world champion. Helped Dustin for his camp, a few sparring sessions.
mm.
So just like going with these guys who have big experience and like very high level, like I'm just soaking it up like a dry rag, just soaking it up, soaking it up, soaking it up, and learning and watching closely. And I take up bits and pieces of that and carry it with me in my career, and it only makes me better as a fighter and as a person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, it's nice to have like those guys, especially the ones that have reached like the mountaintops, like Dustin, like Johnny,
Yeah.
and they're giving you an education just as a man. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, for real, dude. It's
Yeah.
real.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna say I saw the pictures of you sparring with Dustin Poirier, and I think because I was hanging out with one of my friends, I was like, "Look at this man." He goes, "What?" And I'm like, "He willingly stood in front of the diamond." That's
Yeah, yo, that motherfucker cracks. I put it like
I'm
that. Yo,
dude.
he hits hard, bro. Like
It's
people say,
crazy.
yo, that motherfucker hits hard, bro. I see. Yeah, like he hit me
Yeah.
one time. I was like, oh shit, we in this, we in this. Like, let me, we here, bro. You know, you know what I'm saying?
Dude, that's wild, man.
Yeah,
What's it like training with him? Because he just retired. Incredible career and everything. What was it like?
dude, it's man, just like at first it was like. This is my first camp when I was like with Dustin, like really training with him. Like we've run together, trained together, but me like actually being like a training partner of his, dude, it was just man, he's fucking next level. Just so smooth with it. You can see the experience, bro. He plays his fucking James Brown. He comes in, he gets in his rhythm, you know what I'm saying? And he's just like he's very relaxed, bro. That's what I noticed. These big experienced guys are very relaxed, and he's just flowing, he's seeing the shots and we're going, he's seeing things I'm doing, I'm seeing things he's doing. We're like he's helping me, I'm kind of helping him a little bit, and bro, just evolving. I'm trying to pick his brain. Yo,
Hmm.
see how he thinks. How does the motherfucker think? What does he see in the fight? This is, obviously I'm a bit bigger. I'm a welterweight now, so man, Dustin was fucking like lean as shit, like 4 or 5 weeks out. He was lean early. He was like 170 early. I was walking around like 93. So I was a bit bigger, but man, Dustin still he's a scrapper, bro. He was scrapping. He didn't give a shit how big I was. But it was a great experience, bro. He's a
Yeah.
beast.
In training and in sparring, does he pull his shorts up every 2 seconds
He
like he does
pulls
in
it
a fight?
short. That's it. Yo, you know what that is though, right? You know what that is though, right? That's the
Tempo,
hood
pace.
thing, bro. That's the
Yeah.
hood thing.
Yeah, yeah,
Everybody
yeah,
know in
yeah.
the hood it's like, yo, what's popping?
Let's
You pull
go.
your shorts up,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I
That's the
know.
hood thing. So I this is kind of funny to me. He's from Louisiana, from Georgia, so like southern states. Yeah. So every time he pulls it out, I kind of laugh like, oh, he ready to scrap now. What's good?
I'm with you there. Yeah, I
Yeah,
used to
yeah,
do the same thing as a kid, man, fighting stuff. Because I was wearing I'm from the '90s, wearing baggy ass shorts. I'm like, I better
yeah.
get these things over the knees,
Yo,
bro, because
what's
it's
good?
gonna
You
be.
pull him up. What's
Yeah,
good? You know what it is, bro.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. All right, brother. Last time I do Aries Fight Series 30, David Robbins, you were picking him apart in the worst way on the feet, and then he shot in on you, and you
Mm-hmm.
snatched that gnarly standing guillotine choke. Looking
Mm-hmm.
back now, like, are you? I don't want to say like, are you impressed with your highlights? But do you look
Yeah.
back at that like, damn, I did that?
Yeah, yeah, I had my brief moments where I'm like, man, I acknowledge my work briefly. Obviously, like I like to. usually when I watch my fights, I see everything that I could have done better. I like to
Mm,
correct my even when I win, I
mm,
like to correct myself. And yeah, I look back like, yeah, that was slick. Like
mm,
with David, um, just I was really picking him apart. I think he landed probably like one punch. I was picking
mm,
him apart, and I was like, "This is exactly what my coaches told me. Hey, pick him apart, and then once you get to that point, you knock him out on your terms." And
mm,
that front leg was completely damaged.
mm.
Like, dude, I landed probably 30 fucking, and those leg kicks
At
were
least.
stabbing him,
Mm.
and so I already eliminated his movement in that side of the body. So I was already building to like, all right, I'm gonna knock this guy out. But he took a dumb shot. He got desperate, got on that
Mm.
neck. You get desperate, you make dumb decisions sometimes.
No, when you snatch your neck, I'm like, hey, he's taller than you, dog. That was a bad idea. Don't you?
Oh,
You just stood him up.
yeah, man, stood him up with it, bro.
That was wild, dude. So,
Yeah,
all right, man. The reason we're here today, man, LFA 217, Joey Hart. What's the vibes like just days away from your fight?
I'm ready to go, man. I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to put his lights out. 6'3" frame.
Mm-hmm.
I've had teammates who are exactly his frame and everything. Study film, everything on him. So I'm just ready to go in there and knock him out. I don't really have a game plan. There's things that I highlight that maybe I would do. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, but I'm I believe that everywhere of the fight I can beat him.
Hey, man. And I was going to ask you about that, about the taller
Mhm,
opponent, the longer opponent, and everything.
mhm,
You faced a couple taller guys with no one with this
mhm,
kind of reach, I don't think.
mhm.
Has this changed, like, I guess your game plan, the way you're going to have to go in there? Or are you just going to keep doing, just be Christian Turner?
I'm just gonna be Christian Turner. Obviously, he's 6'3". He's a bit taller, but I'm like 5'11", 6 foot, so
Mm-hmm.
he ain't that tall.
Yeah.
And not only that, I have 76-inch reach.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like, oh, this guy's just like his reach is just
Right.
crazy. I got a fucking 70-inch reach. Nah, like he's gonna be punching me and shit. I'm right there with him. Like my
Mm-hmm.
like my fucking fists are coming close to his chin as well.
Mm-hmm.
So um, you know, I have wrestling, I have grappling, I have striking, I have everything. Um
Mm-hmm.
he seems to be a striker, predominantly striker. Um I haven't seen him like fight anybody with like real solid wrestling. I think I seen Contender Series. He fought a guy with
Mm-hmm.
solid right. The guy kind of just held him down. The guy didn't
Yeah.
really cause damage. The guy just kind of and laid on him. And I was like, okay, so the wrestling defense didn't seem to be there. So where I got the power to put him out. Wherever he wants to go or wherever I want to go, I believe I'll finish him.
There you go. Hey, look,
You know.
a win here. You get to 9-2, five in a row. All right, a guy that's already been on Contender Series, dude.
Mhm,
So they're watching this fight already. They're gonna be watching you.
mhm.
You have a chance to put on a show. You put him out. What? Okay, who or what is Christian Turner gonna ask for next?
That UFC shot. I'm looking to get into UFC. That's the goal here, and I'm gonna be calling up Dana White. What's up? I'll get on the phone. Brian will probably call me after. Brian will probably call me after. Let's go,
Yeah,
bro.
there you go.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
got that. Hey, you got that Dustin Poirier stamp of approval, bro. There's no way.
yeah.
Like
I'm
you got
ready
to
to
get that
go,
call.
bro. I've sacrificed a lot. I've sacrificed and I've done a lot to be right here and to be around the people I'm
Mm,
around, and I put in the hard work. I do everything. I stay prayed up, and
mhm,
I'm ready to execute and just show my skills. That's what it is at this point, just showing my skills.
mhm.
You know,
Sacrifice.
sacrifice.
Sacrifice is an interesting word for a 23-year-old to use. And I'm not saying it's
It's
not
real
like you
though.
don't know it. It's 100% real. Like what people like older people look at younger guys, right? I got the same
Mhm,
kind of stuff when I was
mhm.
younger too. They look
Okay.
at you just like what do you know about sacrifice? You didn't grow up with this, you didn't grow up with
Yeah.
that. Like we know about sacrifice, but
We
you
know
damn
about
sure know about
sacrifice.
sacrifice, right? So what is one thing you just like, damn, dude, like I'm missing out on this, but it's for a better, bigger goal.
It could be anything small from, yo, I ain't gonna go out tonight, to I'm gonna go in early because, bro, I gotta wake up for training, to major sacrifices like, yo, I'm gonna move from Georgia, everything I know, and I'm gonna come to South Florida and show up at the fucking door like, hey,
Mm.
I'm here with knowing nobody. So it can be sacrifices like that, relationship, things are when you have to focus or you really want to get somewhere. I believe sometimes you have to sacrifice in
Mm.
order for me to be right here, or I had to give up certain things, whether it's relationships or whatever. I had to be
Mm.
focused. So I was a kid that I did listen to I wasn't a disrespectful kid. I listened to the OGs. When the older guys was talking on the corner and they had something to
Mm.
say, I didn't blow them off. I was listening. I was like, oh, okay, like what you saying, and I take that with me. Yeah.
Hey man, that's a good way to be, man, especially as a young guy. All
Yeah.
right, a couple quick fire ones. We'll get you on your way here. Um, Outside of fighting, what's the most important thing for you?
What's the most important thing outside of fighting? What I realized, family.
Hmm.
I think I've come to appreciate like other shit, like family, bro. Like how important family is, and just having a unit. I feel like I'm the firstborn, and we
Hmm.
kind of grew up a little bit like my mom wasn't really like super emotional, and
Hmm.
shit like that. So I feel like family is important. I got, 3 brothers. My mother, I check in on my pops. My pops calling, checking in. He might be at the fight.
Nice.
Uh, Family is important. Family, friends, good people around. Uh, that's one of the most important things.
Mm-hmm. Now, who's your biggest supporter, man? Who's the one that's like always like ready, like I know with a text, like, "Hey, man, that was dope," and this and
My
that.
biggest supporter. I got a lot of friends, a lot of
Yeah,
supporters, man. A lot of,
yeah, yeah.
but you can't top moms. You can't top
Nah.
moms in anything, bro. You can't top moms. Mom's been there for me. Mom's always, hey, what do you need? Da, 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 da. Mom's try to do her best, so I would say moms. I'm always gonna say moms.
Hey, shout out
Yeah,
to moms, especially the single moms out there, man. It's
yeah, bro. Let's
tough go,
go.
man. Yes, sir. All right, favorite combat sports athlete of all time.
Combat, like the whole combat sports.
Yeah, just one
Man,
fighter, boxing, kickboxing, MMA, whatever.
I know it's gonna sound cliche,
Mhm.
but Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
And I've been watching a lot of his philosophies and just like on war and violence,
Mhm.
and like I feel like I can relate to that.
There
Just
you
just
go.
that animal, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, I like Mike Tyson. I think he's like one of the best combat sport. Obviously, I'm not saying he'll be the MMA fighter, but just
Yeah.
like for legendary impact, fucking Mike Tyson,
Mike Tyson, 100%, dude.
bro.
All right, if you hop in your car right now and you start the car and the radio kicks on, or freaking your phone kicks in, whatever, Spotify. What's the song that's gonna start blasting right away that you've been listening to?
I've been listening. I've been on Deftones, bro. I've been on that rock. I've been on
Hey,
Deftones, bro. What's good? I've been on
yeah,
Deftones. Yeah, I've been
yeah, you're calling up your inner Nick Diaz. Look at you.
yeah, bro. Look. I'm half half. I'm half white, half black.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
my white side, bro.
There you go.
But yeah, Deftones for sure, dude.
Yeah, yeah, dude, that's a good one, man. I enjoy them too. All right, dude, let's
Yeah.
do a quick round of the 170-pound knockout game. Basically, I'll give you names of welterweights, and you pick who you think is better. So, for example, we were talking heavyweights, and I said Kane and Frank Mir, and you said Kane. Then I'd be like, all right, cool, Kane or Fedor, and so on and so forth. You ready?
Oh, okay. Let's go.
Yeah.
All
All
right,
right, cool. All right, this is gonna be tough off the rip, dude. Kamaru Usman or Tyron Woodley?
Kamaru for sure. Kamaru.
Yeah. Kamaru or Nick Diaz?
Kamaru.
Yeah. All right, here's a good one. Kamaru or BJ Penn?
Ooh, that's a good one. Damn. I'm gonna have to go Kamaru
Mm-hmm.
just because like it's more of my generation of MMA.
Yeah.
BJ Penn's
Yeah.
a little bit before my time, but
Mhm.
he's an OG. He's a legend, but
Mhm.
BJ's a little before my
Yeah.
time.
100%. All right. Kamaru or Jorge Masvidal?
I'm gonna have to go Jorge all day. Jorge, I'm
Jorge.
ATT all day. Jorge's
Yes,
my
sir.
boy. Fucking Jorge.
Hell yeah, man. He's a good dude. All right, Jorge or Robbie Lawler?
I have to go Jorge.
Jorge. All right, here's a good one because this is the guy everyone labels a GOAT for the most part, welterweight. Jorge or GSP?
GSP is GSP, but look, I ride for the homies.
Yeah,
Jorge,
yeah, yeah.
Jorge, but
Hey,
GSP is GSP though.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, man. Finally, on September 12th, man, this Friday at Mystic Lake Casino LFA 217, what can fans expect from the Titan Christian Turner?
An action-packed fight that ends in a finish. That's what they can expect.
Plain English, ladies and gentlemen, the future is here. LFA 217, Prior Lake, Minnesota, Mystic Lake Casino. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com. Broadcasting live on YouTube. But you won't find this man on YouTube. He's on the main card,
Let's
UFC Fight
go.
Pass. Y'all got to pay up. Make sure you don't miss that fight against Joey Hart on September 12th. Ladies and gentlemen, Christian Turner.
Thank
Appreciate
you,
you, man.
brother. Let's go. Thank you, brother.
Thank you.